video guide when I do that too. So welcome in, people. Thanks for coming in. I guess we will cover the basics first. Basics are weapon types. Weapons in this are thrown donuts. Let's load. What would be a good slot for this? So one donut type is the powder donut. It's kind of like the lowest level donut. It is pretty simple. You throw it, it goes straight and hits whatever gets in its way. Chocolate donut. Where would be a good position for these? I guess I don't really have to show them necessarily even, but chocolate donut is a 2 HP donut. Or no, I'm sorry, chocolate donut is a heat-seeking donut. It's basically the powder donut, except it heat-seeks the enemies. Both of those do 1 HP, or the equivalent of a sword swing. And right now I'm just getting to the chocolate donuts in this level. I guess you'll see, I guess I could like describe other stuff since I'm here too. Maybe, actually, yeah, that jump back there is one of the best places to describe something. Okay, here's the chocolate. So they're basically like the powdered, except they heat seek enemies. Pretty good, not bad. Okay, where does this take me? Okay, well good, crawlers, perfect. So crawlers are just chocolate donuts, except they deal 2 damage instead of 1. So this guy is like a 5-hit boss. So it takes, or 6-hit boss rather. So it takes 3 crawlers or 2 hits on him. He runs away. Oh wow. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he's a 6-hit boss. They deal 2 damage per throw, and they're the same kind of deal where they heat sink, if I can find another rat. Why does this throw rats at me when I don't want them, and then doesn't throw me any rats when I do want them? Oh, damn it. Okay. Yes, heat seeking basically in double damage. So pretty good. The last one is frosted donuts, which are heat seeking. They deal 3 damage. They basically just actually, I think they deal more than that, really, because they basically just insta-kill anything, even those big knight guys that are 6 HP. And these are more than heat seeking because they don't disappear when they hit something. They kind of disappear when there's nothing to kill. So if I throw one here, they'll just kind of follow me and kill whatever's near me. And if you do get too far off screen, they disappear. This area, they never know how to act. That's why I don't throw them here. I don't understand why. They just like get confused, but here's a good example. So it goes down, kills that guy, comes back up, kills this guy, goes over there. Kind of just anything that comes near, and then when there's nothing else near, it disappears. So very powerful donut, but you really only use them on the very last level in the last half of it, unfortunately. In the run, anyway. So you will damage boost a ton in this game. Damage boosting in a lot of games, you'll hit something, like especially like Super Metroid, you'll hit something and it'll send you flying, and that's the damage boost, is you get to go somewhere otherwise you couldn't go. Here, damage boosting is just running through stuff because you're iframing. There's no real kick to it, you kind of just go. That said, it will knock you back a little bit or forward a little bit, so you want to tend to be on the front end of something as you damage boost it, like this lion here. See how it knocked me back because I wasn't far enough? If I jump like this, it will knock me forward. So you want to be on the back half of stuff as you damage boost it so it doesn't knock you backwards. Okay. Sound good? You guys can hear me over the music and everything? Chocolate donuts can be found at the end of Factory 2. Oh, we got it. Make all the notes. Yes, get all your notes in. Non-intuitive mechanics. So running into a jump gives extra height. This may not be the best level to try that or to show it. I guess this one's okay. You can actually see the difference too because your sprite changes. So this is a normal standing jump. And when you're running, you do that kind of maneuver. And I'm not even sure how much more it is, but it is enough to make certain jumps doable and and you can't do them if you're not running. There's definitely some in this level, but it would probably take a while to get to them, so maybe I'll go over that when I actually do a playthrough. And I'll cover kind of where it's important to be running at, I guess. But just know that running, instead of just jumping, gives you a different animation and more height to your jump. Okay, so this level, holding up in blowholes as you jump gives you extra height, which is super. It's hard to even visually tell, but you can actually see the difference in one jump in this level that happens to be kind of critical to saving a bunch of time in the level. So it's one that you should really learn. So right here, if I walk off this and don't hold anything and try to jump, I will never make that tree up there, no matter when I jump or how I get it. And you can see on the input reader what I'm doing. If I go down and then hold up as soon as I touch the ground, I get up there. I get the clearance to get up there. It's weird, and it doesn't really make sense. Definitely important right here in this part of the game because this skips a giant underground section that nobody wants to do. And you want to hold up and jump right at the peak of the jump, basically. And it's still tight, but at least it's possible when you hold up. So that's definitely like the best place to show that is right here, because this is definitely the jump where it matters the most. Other times it just makes it easier to get jumps. But this is the jump where really it's critical you hold up or you don't get the jump. And you want to bonk off the bottom too. So spinning off a blowhole, another non-intuitive mechanic. Spinning off a blowhole makes you invulnerable. Super, super handy. I'm gonna figure out, so like these guys would bomb me, see if I touch them, but if I come up and spin them, they don't hurt me at all. So very handy to, and the spin I believe as long as you hold jump and don't like break your spin basically. Yeah, see if I let go of jump, it gets out of it, but if I hold jump, it holds it until I'm done jumping basically, or until a blowhole hits me again. So if I let go of jump, it'll break it immediately. Or break it at the peak, rather. Not immediately, but at the peak of the jump. Or if you hold jump, it'll just go. Okay. You can throw donuts faster in the air. Another non-intuitive mechanic that comes into play in a few different places. Kind of weird. This one I can just show right here. Yeah, that jump sucks. Yeah, it is kind of like the Star Wars NES craft shafts where you can hold up and like it. Your momentum in Star Wars is super weird. Momentum in that game is funky as hell. I didn't know you could come back here and get more. So normal donut throwing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you jump and spam it, you can get to pretty quickly. But if you over spam, you don't get it. It misses, but it's something you should learn because it's very handy on at least one boss, but a few areas, I believe. Not super intuitive though, not something that you would really expect to be true, but yeah, I don't know why, but kind of weird. Kind of weird. You can butt slam with butt slam without a slowdown. This one's not really one I played with a whole lot. I've just noticed it. I'm not sure how tight it is. It might even be frame perfect. I'm really not sure. But if you jump right off that butt slam right there, he doesn't do the slow little that. He'll just like jump immediately. It's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know exactly what goes into that, but if you can figure that out, you're saving like 2 seconds of butt slam almost, maybe, because this is slow. That's so slow to like get up and recover from. Maybe a second, maybe not 2, but if you can figure that out, maybe a clue for future Power Pig people. All right, so should I cover anything else before we go through levels? Is there anything that I'm not thinking of, other people that have played this in here, that just kind of apply to the whole game that you may not really think about? Oh, there are plenty of glitches. Not really helpful ones, though. Usually when you get glitches in this, it crashes your game. It's luckily, I don't know, it's been a while since I've gotten them, but there's one I think I can recreate, but I haven't tried because I don't want to crash my game when I'm playing. Let's go see if I can recreate it. I'm curious, because I have a theory on what makes this glitch happen. Because it's happened twice to me, and I think both times it's happened, I've done the same thing that I don't normally do. Unfortunately, it's towards the end of this level. Oh, great. That's not good. My God. Okay. Ah, man. Yeah, get that in case I die. Did you? I've had him be invisible, but then spawn in. He didn't even spawn in for you? That's pretty crazy. Whoa. That's, I guess, a non-intuitive mechanic I've noticed, and I'm not really sure what causes it, but if you're on the very edge of a platform, even if you're not moving, it'll like slide you off it sometimes. It's very odd. It's very, very odd. I haven't figured out exactly what causes that either, but it's like corners kind of roll you off sometimes. So let me get down to this guy. I think this guy is what causes it. It's when I've gotten hurt on him and then jumped and then like done that and then fallen. Yeah, see, it didn't do it that time. But both times I've done that, it like despawns the crushers and then everything else in the level. It's super strange. A lot of weird things like that where it'll just like despawn shit for no reason and you can't progress, but it's fairly rare. And especially as I started playing better and kind of more consistently, it started going away. So it seems like kind of non-routing, non-speedrun behavior is kind of what causes it more, to just kind of doing weirder stuff that in the run you're not doing. So I don't know, it hasn't, like, I got glitches that, like, all the time when I was learning this, and when I started running it kind of more seriously, they kind of went away. Nice, you actually got to kill him. That's weird. I haven't seen that. I think I did notice more glitches with my my ST to SNES, my FX pack, than I did the actual cart, strangely. Which doesn't really make sense to me, but I do feel like I noticed more stuff happen. But that's also, I played on it when I was learning more, and then I did my runs when I was on Power Pig, so I don't know. Might be correlation without causation there, I don't know. I suppose let's just go and do a run. Reset. Another non-intuitive thing, I guess, is when you go into levels, you mash to get past things. It will buffer a jump if you're mashing the jump button, so don't mash jump typically. I will mash it on City of Swine just because you're jumping immediately and it kind of works out that way, but not normally. So don't mash. I usually mash A to get into a level. So I'm mashing A, so it's not going to jump me automatically. Gonna swipe these donuts, butt slam these. Kill that guy so he doesn't fire an arrow at you. And I'm not going to explain the routes really, because that's something You just kind of got to memorize. They're rough. Move on that while it's moving forward. Try not to move on as much when it's moving back. Just, it's going to be something you've got to learn the route of. And I'm not even 100% sure my route's the best route on the last level anyway. But I will kind of explain little things I do during the play. So when platforms are moving backwards, try not to sit on them very long because they definitely slow you down. This level, you're basically holding forward the whole time almost. Damage, that's a damage boost in this game. Is get hurt, walk through. It doesn't really pump you anywhere you can't go, but it lets you walk through stuff. And you use that a lot in the run. Basically on anything that doesn't die in one hit, you're gonna jump through. For the most part. Anyway. What up, Horsey? Welcome in, man. Supposed to jump there and it avoids 1 damage, but we missed the jump. Damage isn't super important in this level, though. You'll want to play and get familiar with the platforming of it because the platforming's a little weird. It's kind of... It makes sense, but it's just not the best. It's not the best platforming in any game ever. Kind of sticky. Kind of slidey sometimes. So I start throwing at this tree for the boss, and the first one hits him every time. You want to throw 5 to 6 there. I threw 6 just because you don't need that 7th donut. Okay, first level, pretty straightforward. Second level, you're going to want to stay on this path, basically. You can hop over that. I just fucked it up. But you hop off this tree, come over here, get these donuts. And there's a bonus donut here you take half a damage for, so it's kind of a good trade. So you're gonna come under this guy, and this level gets a lot stickier when you don't stick to this route, so that's why I say just learn how to get through this level cleanly like this. And it's a lot less painful. You don't have to go up there and swipe that guy. Sometimes you just get caught in a jet. Jump over that hole. Biggie, don't fall in the hole. Jump up to the tree, spam, and start spamming the dragon. So ideally you have enough health here and you can take some damage and get space a little bit. And if you notice, I didn't take any damage there. The flames are a little deceptive on where they actually hit. Ooh, man, sloppy dragon. He's gotta be close. So the dragon fight is going to be, for me at least, it was something that took forever to learn how to do quickly, and it's still hard, as you can see. I didn't do it very well that time. It's something that if you can save state, just save state it like 20 times, just get comfy doing it. I will say, oh, I can't go backwards now. I will say don't save state from up here because it'll mess up your save states. I know that from experience. Kind of like loads the dragon the same every time and you get too comfy with one pattern. Try to save state a little further back in the level and do this dragon like, you know, 10 plus times, and I think you'll feel a lot more comfortable. And have 12 donuts coming in here. That's huge. Don't forget those front donuts in the level. Okay, so dragon's dead. You exit stage right there. Okay, next level, Factory 1. Dark Age Donut, I guess is the name of the donut factory. There are 2 levels that share the same theme, basically, so I've labeled them Factory 1 and Factory 2. Same with Forest 1 and Forest 2. So Factory 1, you're going to come in. Going to be some crushers that you usually take damage on, but just hold right and kind of take what it gives you. Right here you stop because that crusher's never a good pattern. So I'm going to hold up and up left there. Try to get under that crusher. If I take a damage, it's okay too. Holding up in the vent. Gonna jump over that guy. Oh, If you last second jump over him, you can hit right there and it doesn't damage boost you backwards. It is kind of a tight jump though, so it's definitely one to practice. These guys, ideally, you can kind of hit them all on the way up, but they're dickheads, they're kind of hard to hit. Jump over that, take 1 damage on that knight basically every time. If you ride that higher, you can usually jump over that guy. I like to do it this way a lot of the time, where I jump over that lion and then I just kind of iframe with the fry grease. So we're gonna fall down there, run through there. That'll give you a lot of patterns too, so that's something you'll wanna kind of play and get used to. That little crusher thing will give you different patterns. Sometimes it's an awful pattern and you just kind of get stuck in there with the lion stabbing you. So we're gonna grab these crawlers here. Ideally, you're jumping from, oh my god, from up there to the crawlers and you don't miss like I did. We're gonna walk down here, damage boost twice, slice, throw a donut. Pretty simple level. The front half of it, if you take too much damage or you don't get enough mercy donuts, that's where it gets a little scary and you can lose runs on it, but it's not physically hard, at least. It's not hard to do. Okay, City of Swine. Only level you go left in for some reason. You're going to enter this with 5 crawlers, like I have here, because you use 1 on the boss of the last level, that gesture. Oh, I wanted to cover enemy types too, I totally forgot to. We can do that later. So, you kill 1 gesture there. You'll notice that they often will take the boss of a level and then just turn it into a regular enemy too, so we're about to run into like 4 gestures immediately. You're running left here, and you enter with 5 crawlers. You're going to use 4 of them on this level, and I'll call out where I use them at. So here's where I normally buffer a jump in, and then I just jump off that as well. I almost always take half a damage there. First crawler, I'm going to slice crawler. So you slice and then you throw the crawler, and that'll kill that gesture cleanly. We're going to keep holding left, spin up through this. I wanted to go show you again, but I fell. Kind of spin diagonally through that. It's a really nice quick way to get through there, and it's not that bad. So we're going to land here and kill this rat immediately. Right when you land, you're going to want to kill the rat. And if you play this enough, you'll learn where you're going to land as you fall. But you can also kind of like land here and fall down and turn around, slice the rat. Priority to kill that rat though, because now you're going to throw 2 donuts at this guy, and if that rat's still alive, those donuts are going to go up to that rat, or go down to that rat rather than up to that guy. We're going to damage boost through that guy, usually jump over that rat, and jump right here. We're going to jump and then buffer a jump off this. I messed it up. Buffer a jump off there, that's how you get that. And then we throw our last crawler on the way down at that guy. And if you're good, he doesn't shoot you, but it's hard to narrate and play. So we're gonna hit twice, run left. Oh, hit once, run right. God, if I don't suck. Okay. Here. Basically gonna hit them once, run the opposite direction they came from. And I'm like basically running before I even hit the thing. You don't want to run too late or he'll go off screen. But basically just try to keep him in the middle, go back and forth. It's kind of a weird one. Almost all the individual like unique bosses like that, you're going to want to practice a little bit, just individually save state if you can. Definitely worth practicing, because you can lose a ton of time on like every boss here if you don't know kind of how to manipulate them, how to do them quickly, and they take time to learn. They aren't easy. Okay, so North Blowhole Forest, Forest 2. You start with 1 crawler. You're gonna just hold right. There's a mine there that this will just kind of blow you up over. And you can clear this puddle here. And we're gonna hit the second bomb. We're gonna jump, walk off, jump, and just kind of spin your way through this whole thing. So here's the hard jump. We're gonna walk off, we're gonna bonk the bottom, and at the peak of the jump, we're gonna jump. And we're gonna hold up the whole time too. And it's a tight jump, it's not easy. Okay, so last crawler use right here. Ideally, you can get him before he shoots you, but I don't know. If you can find a way to manipulate him not to shoot you, I'd like to hear it, because I can't figure it out. It's kind of random. We're gonna get these chocolate donuts. Spin. Oh. You can spin over that too. You can spin into that guy. I usually don't spin over him, but that works too. So we're gonna spin, we're gonna jump off the very edge of that platform, land over here. Hard to kill that guy without taking a half a damage, but ideally you've got at least like 3 here. Probably you want to manipulate this guy to the left. You can skip doing that and it makes it a little faster, but a lot of the times it screws it up because he comes too far back left. He already did it anyway. But if you got enough hearts, you can just do that too. So again, the 2 gesture fight with the 3rd gesture, you've got to lure off to the side. It's something that requires practice. It's a weird fight to do very quickly. All right, Factory 2. So we're gonna jump off either the 2nd or 1st stool there. Doesn't matter. We're gonna take 1 damage here, jump over the wolf, slice the rat, spin through that guy, damage boost off this wolf. Stand here and kill this guy, unfortunately. He causes a lot of lag and you want to get him dead. Oh, I should point out here, now that this guy's firing already. Let me get them off screen. So when I come up here, you want to stay on the very left side of here and the very left side of this one. And if you do that, it'll prevent that right guy from firing. I've already started him firing, so now I've just got to like kill this guy and get by here. But see what I'm doing here? I'm not holding any buttons, but there's like fake momentum that's carrying me off the side of the thing. So just be aware of that. It's very awkward. You see that shit? I'm not holding any buttons there, and it's carrying me off the side. Okay. Very weird. Very weird clips and stuff in this game. So we're gonna jump to the very end here and jump again, and that should get you there. Same deal there. Jump, jump. I like walking off that one and then killing the rat. It makes the killing the rat a little easier to time. And then if you can kill that rat perfectly, you can just run and it runs right under that gesture every time. So we're gonna drop on down. We got those 6 crawlers. Ugh. I wanted to come back here and mention this pool here, but this rat's fucking me up. So as soon as you pass the last one up there, you'll cross the middle one and then 1, 2. As soon as you get to 2, you can hold left and it'll line you up perfectly to just land right there. So we're gonna go up here, land on this middle. And I do it this way. You can also go this way, but I find when I go this way, this guy is lined up perfectly to screw my jump up. So I find when I go this way, oh man. I find when I go this way, he ends up going downwards, and it's pretty helpful a lot of the time. 2 here. You can throw him fast like I just did 2 with the jump. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yep, took too much damage explaining stuff. Okay, let me run back to where I was now. What up, Weenus? Welcome in, man. We get to go over this stuff again. Jump. We're gonna take 1 here. You can do a damageless. Oh, look at that, damageless. But it feels really rare and kind of up to chance. So just be prepared to take half a donut there. No biggie. Oh, I almost slid off there again. Stay on the left for the wolves. Jump to the very end here. Jump. Walk off, rat slice. Oof. Okay, so we're gonna go 2nd bowl right here. We're gonna hold left. Slice, slice. Okay, 2nd blowhole. Ooh, I missed. So if you miss, just go up normally. But see, this is why it's bad to have him there, because if he spits you right there, you can't do your jump over here. So we got the double throw on him. That's about as early as you want to throw those donuts there. Even there, I was scared they weren't going to hit him. So we're going to damage off the rat. More crawlers. You can slice that donut there on the way down for an extra health. Take one on him. Take one on the crusher. Sometimes we're gonna damage boost. Jump over the hole. Kill this guy, he's trouble. Damage boost. Use the fryer oil for damage boosting. It lasts a lot longer for some reason than the like arrow hits and various other hits. So jump, max jump there, you can slice those guys. Okay, so this boss with 10 crawlers is super simple, but you can screw it up by being overeager. He technically switches 5 times, so he has 5 phases, but they're 2 donuts a phase, and you have 10 donuts. So we're gonna come in, jump, throw 2. He's gonna switch phases. We're gonna jump, throw 2, and just keep repeating that. And that's kind of the fastest way to kill this guy. 2, 2, 2. Oh, only threw 1 that time. So 2, 2. Super simple. And you want to be, if he comes down behind you, you want to turn around before you throw your donuts. Don't throw them away from him. It'll be faster if you turn around and then throw the 2. Pretty simple boss when you have the 10 crawlers, though. Really simple. When you don't have 10 crawlers, it's arguably the worst boss in the game. When you're just using sword, that boss is awful. So, Road to Wolf Castle. This level is almost the same level as level 1. It's weird. There are more enemies in certain places, and there are less enemies in certain places. But more or less, you're doing the exact same thing as level 1. So if you do speedrun this level will quickly get to be not that big a deal, because it's basically you're playing the same level again twice in one run. There's one routing difference, which I'll call out when we get there. So we're just gonna go. A couple more enemies in the front here that we're gonna kill. Wolf. Pretty lazy, feels like, yeah. Another wolf, slice him. No platforms here, so we're just gonna take 1. And if you max jump all of this stuff and last second jump there, you can just take the 1. Kill that archer, jump over the other archer, and expect to take 1 from the gesture, although you can get through that clean too. So we're gonna jump here, kill that archer. Don't jump off the end of that or you can't hit him. Keep on walking. You're gonna take 2 here in damage anyway, so just do it. Keep on walking, take another damage. So ideally you're at 3.5 right here. Worst case, you're at 3. Not necessarily worst case, but ideally you're between 3 and 3.5. If you're not, there is a save right there and you can die and respawn if you want to. You can also risk doing this with 1.5 hearts, and it's not guaranteed death. So this guy you do have to stop to hit. If you just run and slice, you'll get hurt. And it won't be any faster either because you'll damage backwards. So here's the routing difference. Instead of going forward here like in level 1, we're going up. And then we're going to spin jump right there, and I missed the target. So I'll try again. We're going to spin jump to the very top like that. Walk off, jump. Walk off, jump. Oh my god, I suck. God, I just want to show what it looks like to do it right, and I can't do it. Okay, try again. Maybe die here. There is also a checkpoint right here that you get to, so dying here is not a big deal. My god, why can't I get that? I am on emulator. I think my inputs are slightly delayed, and that doesn't help. Let's just die. This part sucks, no matter how you do it, basically. Ideally, you do it the way I'm trying to show you how to do it, and it cuts out one of the guys immediately, so you just don't have to worry about him. Yeah, I'm blaming emulator for that. I'm gonna try to jump earlier than I normally jump now. Try to jump about halfway through the platform. Yeah, let's try again. It's a tight jump, but it's not that tight. Okay, so we've killed that first guy. Ideally, his bomb doesn't knock you off, and then you can jump up, kill the second guy. No matter how you do it, you almost always take at least half a damage. It really sucks. If you could learn a better way to do this, I'd like to hear it, because I hate this part of this level. It's like the only bad part of the level. But that is what you try to do. You try to come in from the left, slice that guy, and kind of land right here. And then you can kind of come up here, slice the second guy. Here you want to come in, hit the back of that guy. Honestly, it's better to just drop straight down, because if you try to go max out and just jump to the right, you'll hit that guy and get hurt and get bounced back. So just drop straight down. Slice the archer. Slice this archer as early as possible. It'll prevent that one from hitting you. And then you want to jump up, get these crawlers. And if you're at half a donut, get that guy too. Okay, come down. Kill the 2 knights. And walk on out. Those knights can get you. If they throw an axe right at you when you throw your donut, it'll eat your donut. So be ready to sword them. That's why you pick up that donut if you're at half a heart, because if you need to do that, you're going to want that donut. Any percent sword only. Good lord, Sunwoo, why would you do that to yourself? Alright, so last level here is like 3 times longer than every other level in the game for some reason. It is much more brutal. There's a lot more enemies, therefore a lot more lag. This one is one you just want to practice a ton, because it's right at the very end of your run and it can easily kill your run with a bunch of different ways. Get comfortable with it. You can try to mimic the route I'm going to do here, maybe improvise on it a little bit if you find spots that either you think you can do faster, or spots that you like struggle with, try to find out another way to do it. That's totally acceptable in this level, because survival is the name of the game in this level. So we're going to start running right, slice the wolf, slice the archer in the window. You'll get an arrow above your head that you can also slice, but it's pretty tight, kind of random. We're going to spin and jump immediately, and then jump immediately again. And then we're going to jump over the back half of that lion, take a half damage. That was like the perfect intro there. I expect to take 1 or 2 more damage there in that intro. If I can leave that with 5.5, that's clean. So slice that guy because he's an asshole for no other reason. You want to come in here and hold right, and right about the time Bruno's right here is where you want to slice, because there's a guy behind the wall. And if you slice too early, he'll hit you, and if you slice too late, he'll hit you. So you want to slice about right here. So as I'm falling and running in, I want to slice right there. Hold right, you go through a secret hole in the wall. You have 2 options here. Let me get rid of this guy so I can... You have 2 options here. You can sit here and hit him and just kill him with 2 hits. It's kind of slow, but it's safe. Or you can damage boost him and jump through. And then go up. It's not so much time that it's worth doing the damage boost. I think even in my PB of 17, I think I killed him. I don't think I damage boosted him. I think I had a couple of runs die to that, and it's like, I'm not doing that again. Couple safety donuts you saw there. These guys give you donuts sometimes. One of them did. Stand under that gesture, just walk on through. If you can, this guy will follow you sometimes. And if you can go to the very extreme right of this jet to get up here, he will jump past you and down, so he won't follow you up here. That's how you can avoid him following you up here. So we're gonna donut, slice. Oh, that's okay. Just let him run away. Donut, donut, jump. Don't go chasing enemies backwards. Not a good idea in that game. Just let him be. Okay, so another choice here. You can jump up into the wind up there, and if you do a spin slash out of that wind, actually, I guess I'll just save state and show them all. Save game. Okay, so you can do a jump into the vent and do a spin slash out. It'll spawn a crate like that for a mercy donut. If you're low on health or you want that mercy donut, you don't feel comfortable, free donut. Slowest route. Another route, you can kind of half jump walk right here. Wait a minute, is there a platform right here? What? That's definitely the best way then. I've never landed on that. Yeah, that's normally what happens. You can do that and kind of jump down, skip the Mercy Donut, get out of there. Option 3, which I don't think is that much slower anyway, it's just fall all the way down. Damage boosts, damage boosts. So you're taking it like between half a heart and 1.5 hearts every time, regardless of route. One gives you a safety donut. This is the one that I've kind of gotten used to taking. It's taking the half there, and then taking half there. So here there's a donut down in that box down there. There's an asshole shooting at you, so you can't stand here and think about it, but I'll show you. If you jump from right here and hold right, it'll position you perfectly to get that donut every time. So I'll show that all in kind of one fluid motion. I'll take the low route because I didn't jump. We're gonna jump, hold right, butt slam, donut. Okay, keep moving on here. We've got 6 crawlers, use one. Use 2. You'll notice I have 3 leftover crawlers here. This is for you to imagine what you want to use those crawlers for, because I never found a good enough spot. I think I found one use for them somewhere, but kind of up to you to use them. Or if the crawlers jank you, you can use them that way too. So you're going to get those 3 donuts like I just got. You're going to go over here, break this crate. You don't need to pick up the donut if you don't want to, and that'll respawn this crate right here. That'll give you 8 frosted. From there, you're holding right, jump, jump. And we're just going to walk off and spin. And that kind of lines you up perfectly to get out of there quickly. Slice any wolves that come your way here, 0 to 2. We got 1 today. Here, we're just going to spin kind of all the way through. Spamming the A button, spinning through. Slice rats as they come in front of you. If the birds don't dive, you're lucky. If they do, you're just going to lose the damage. So I'm going to jump. Here's where I throw my first donut right here. Usually kills that archer cleanly and the dark guy. The guy causing darkness. And it lets it stay alive through the whole ordeal here. I've got 6 donuts, so I'm just going to damage boost through this guy. Hold down. It's so hard to not take any damage through here, but you're holding down, spinning up to this platform, jumping. One last spin. Throw a donut. That was a terrible donut. It usually kills all 3 of them pretty cleanly. You're just kind of running, holding right, letting your donut do the work here. Oh god, don't do that. These vents are wider seemingly than this vent is, so be careful with these little like blowhorn vents. Throw a donut, jump and wait. Slice and fall, slice. Donut and donut. So now we've got 9 frosted, which is plenty for what we're doing here. So don't be afraid to be pretty liberal with the donuts. Right here, I like to jump downwards, just kind of walk along the bottom. And I'm just holding right, letting my donuts do the job. So the frosted donuts, like I said earlier, disappear when there aren't enemies around. So moving quickly is a big, big thing for them. Keep moving and they will last a lot longer. This jump right here is one where you want to be running to make it. If you're just standing, you'll never make this. But if you got to run to you, you can make it. And it seems like if you're not running enough, it won't get you up there either, maybe. Kind of hard to tell, but yeah, just get a good run and flip around like that. Here, I will throw my donut right there on that jump. And that usually gets the donut to go all the way through all this. Jump up, get that bonus donut usually. So that gives you enough. So I'm gonna do the route again now that all this stuff's dead and I can kind of talk about it. So now that everything's dead, all this stuff is a huge laggy pain in the ass. I have found though that when you come up here and you throw a donut, so every time you're gonna jump like this up here. When I jump off this one, I throw the donut. And I find that that manages to kill both those wolves. It follows you up here. As long as you grab that donut and you follow this basic path, that donut will stay alive and kill everything in this room like it just did. It's pretty consistent. And then you just have to not suck in the blowholes. So I threw a donut well in the blowhole there. Here, if you're throwing donuts like I do, I've got a lot of leftovers and I kind of just spam them here because this climb is weird and janky. There is a bonus donut right here. So, got bonus ones, just throw them. Why not? Okay, so this is the very last climb before the boss. I would highly suggest if you don't have more than 2 health, grab this save point and just die on the wall. Notice I don't have any iframes here, so it's a really fast death. Die on the wall, respawn is like maybe 10 seconds. It is so worth doing that and dying on the boss before you're like, you know, if your PBs aren't super tight or you're really close, you know, you're really risking it. So front boss here, we want to swing at about 7 or so times. You want to take out the rats as he spawns them. This guy can be a good cue to start throwing your donuts if you haven't yet. And you see there, that goes phase 2. When that one charging wolf guy comes out. I usually grab 2 of the boxes because I've got time waiting for him to activate. And here I'm holding jump and I'm spamming my sword as fast as I can, and I'm going left and right, kind of back and forth. And that seems to kill him pretty fast. It's, again, though, if anybody can find any kind of strat to make this better, by all means, because my method is still inconsistent. Good explanation. Thank you, Sightbender. Welcome in, buddy. So that is the run. Anything I should go over again, or anything I maybe didn't think about or didn't cover? Anything we should maybe cover at the very end here? Been here the whole time? Oh, okay. Well, welcome in an hour ago then, buddy. Thank you for the GGs, guys. I think this is an okay guide. I hope. It's my very first guide, so please don't judge me too harshly if you're watching this and you don't know the game any better than when you started watching it. I was going to post this on Speedrun in the guide section. And put it on, I mean, I'll link it to YouTube in that guide, so I'll put it on YouTube too. So yeah, I mean, learn bosses, learn the bosses like the dragon boss, learn the land mollusk boss on City of Swine like the big worm. Learn those bosses. They are time sinks when they go wrong. They are a big part of it. Learn the last level really well. Play it over and over again until you're comfortable enough with it, till it only kills you once every 5 times instead of every half time, every 2 times. It's gonna kill you once in a while though. That level just sucks. But play the bosses, play the last level, practice the spin jump in the middle of level 5, the North Blowhole Forest. Practice the routing of both forest levels. Being able to go through this level kind of cleanly while holding right the whole time saves a lot of time and pain. Like you can not get hurt as near as much, and you have a lot more regular HP. Like I can do this front part of this almost every time, as long as I'm not explaining to people how to do it. So yeah, learn this jump. Get really comfortable with it because it sucks to lose a run here. Bosses, that one particular jump in this level and the very last level kind of in its entirety. Those are the biggest things you should probably focus on learning for this run. The rest of it's not free, but it's not crazy hard or anything either. Learn the Factory 2 routes, kind of learn your damage boosts and where to take them. And they may not even be the same that I take because I'm not like all that big at optimizing. Looking for giants, something world record pig related or pig teacher related. All right, we'll figure that out. Good Mario Paint redemption. All right, should we wrap up here? Is there anything else that we can talk about? I don't think so. Good luck to you in your future pigs runs, whoever may be viewing this. It's a pretty satisfying game to speedrun. It's not the best game in the world. It's kind of crappy, but it can be fun. It has rewards to it for sure. So, I mean, it's definitely not the worst game I've ever speedrun. Unless you want to start Porky games. All right. So that is the guide then.